So I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole Nolan Wells situation and how I don't think that we as just people in general, I don't think we ask the right questions. Like with the whole Nolan Wells situation, this man was unalive. They had left him. Um, but then we go back and look at the whole city. Did anybody go back and I'm sorry. What's that for? Yeah, this you can leave it at the next door. I'm sorry. Yeah, that wasn't for me. Um, yeah, the whole Nolan Wells situation, and nobody looked at the town. Nobody looked at the town. Nobody looked. Last week there was an article, and there was a young man who actually is in like a coma or something like that because he got ran over by a car. Nobody even bring that up, and they didn't investigate it. Like they didn't feel like it was just horseplay. It was just the kids that was playing around too rough. So Nolan Wells' situation not being investigated is stacked onto. Let me see which phone because I took a picture of it. You'll notice me. I'm one of them people that I be scrolling and I just take a screenshot. So I don't have all the fancy hoopla yet until we get our numbers up and TikTok, YouTube cut us a check. But no, I see this about they town. Mm, it's pretty bright. Well, anyway, it says teen run over by a car after reckless behavior with other teens. Ocean Springs peaceful police say. It says a teen was run over by a small SUV after reckless behavior involving a car, according to Ocean Springs Police Department. Child, them people don't investigate nothing over there. Another article. Fraud. Under the color of the law, Ocean Springs ran a law enforcement program. It was a shadow law enforcement program. See, everything is cool when it comes to stuff like this. Like everything is cool. It's okay to do one little scam, one little fraud, one little scam, one little fraud, one little theft, one little this, one little that, and then somebody gets hurt. Now somebody gets hurt. So to cover up for somebody that got hurt because nobody investigated that, let's say Nolan out there upset about whoever the person is that got ran over by the car, and they out there taking his phone because of that. I'm just saying, could that be the scenario? And it was just a month. It was just a month. It was just a month ago. It's not like it's an old story. The story is from a month ago. If you want to look it up, teen run over by a car after reckless behavior with other teens. With other teens. So Nolan is not the first teen in the same town to get hurt by some other reckless teens. Them teens obviously are the type of kids that get away with murder. Literally. I can't even duck out of here. They're the type to get away with murder. Ain't that what that sound like? The whole town is so corrupt. Let me read some more of their news articles because I know everybody is used to going on people page looking for. I love current events. I'm from the 80s, when you used to have to do current events for your homework, when you actually had to do homework and touch a physical newspaper, and a newspaper used to have to get redacted instead of edited because it was on the internet. That's the thing about print. When it is written and you could tangibly touch it. See, if you see something on YouTube, somebody could take that down, edit it, put it back up, and it could just say edited. You don't know what part is edited. And that is very important. Having things written in print. You go to read the Bible and you read it on your iPad or something like that. You're not getting you that word can be adjusted. You need something that's written. And if it's a lie, then it has to be redacted. But hold on. That's why I'm a firm believer in the screenshot. I'm a firm believer in a screenshot. Okay? Make sure y'all say something in the chat. Let me know where you from. Now, it says man dies in a standoff at the hotel. The police was beefing in this town. They also allegedly were selling schmugs. They also was selling schmugs out in the town. And the police got into a shooting. Van Cleve man dies after Ocean Springs involved shooting. And they get rid of their evidence over there. So the fraud under the cover of the law, Ocean Springs ran a shadow law enforcement program. You want to know why they're not investigating? Because they need to be investigated. Sorry. Hey, they need to be investigated. That's the reason why. A single public record cracked the facade. One single public record. What did I just say? If you keep good records, that's how you break a lie. Because they gonna tell so many lies. Are they gonna be able to keep up with them? It says GQ Wire. So somebody who's running an independent journalist, he was looking at the records, and this is how they cracked the case down there in Washington. It says the QC Wire obtained a copy of an uninsured motorist citation to a driver during the time of the Securex program was active in Ocean Springs. Securex, a private company contracted by the city, used automated license plate readers to detect uninsured vehicles by cross-referencing plate numbers with the state's insurance database. The citation was used to test the city, and the city failed. Fake tickets were issued, false claims and criminal charges were made, frauds were committed. Other cities using syntax programs may have to follow suit. So this may be the way that PPA gets taken down all in one whop. Nolan might mess around and bring so much heat on this place that they have to change so many laws. And I promise you, them checking Nolan phone and all that stuff, that is going to lead into tracking devices on people. Oh no, we can't track the phone because they took the phone and they parked the car. You want to get a tracking device on yourself. There's 3 people in there. Let me know y'all thinking. What do y'all think about that? We gonna want you all this stuff. So and so went missing. What was that lady? Katie, mom, Katie Yorick or whatever her name was. Her mom went missing. They automatically disabled her pacemaker. Yeah, they about to start chipping people. Ben Trump coming out. Yeah, we want to be able to find y'all. So what we gonna do? We gonna put chips in folks. We gonna chip people. It's the only way. The only way. We got immigrants coming in. You know what? Chip people. Look at how many different instances is gonna end up with people getting chipped. We got more people in our country than we know. We got people going missing on boats and stuff. So we gotta get the black people hip. So it won't be the Nolan thing. And they also, I see what they do with legislation, right? Like they create a problem and they solve the problem. We got a problem. Now we gotta solve the problem. Don't forget that. Don't forget, we got a problem. We got one problem, and we're gonna have to solve the problem. And that's the reason why the borders had to be open. So no matter what administration, no matter what administration came in or went out, we was gonna have a border crisis. Because and I can honestly say this. This is just my opinion. It's not fact. It's not like I got a blueprint or I worked down at the White House. But if you think for 1 minute that you will not see war going on in American soil, you are tripping. You are tripping. Them people coming here. They just boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. Okay. Okay. I wouldn't want nothing out that motherfucking Strait of Hormuz to come here. I wouldn't want nothing from no factory, nowhere. Nope. But I believe in my thinker. Like if I was in here and I was saying, "Oh, I'm telling you prophecy. I think that I seen. I'm telling you, I think that we're going to on American soil because listen to have the new world order, which is no short. Like Trump be visiting NATO. He just was over there, wasn't he? He just was over there telling them like he thinks he's number one public enemy. If anything happened to him, we going straight into that type of shit. And America is going to go into the United Nations. Like, and it's not going to be just America no more. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's going to be the New World Order. Oh my God. Like, I think that it's going to be. I think that war is going to break out in the country. And they only prepping us right now. Like, we taking one step after the next. We was always Iran. Nobody ever wanted Iran to have a nuclear weapon. That's one thing that both parties agreed on. Both parties, blue and red, they both said no nuclear weapons for Iran. Now, with that being said, um, the kind of problem got to be the top issue. Not only that, what's that lady name that had? She had the you know who I'm talking about with the wig to the side, Jasmine Crockett, and she all out, and she was talking about. Hold on, let me see if I can get her. That's Instagram. Hold on. Jasmine Crockett was out there talking about, oh, people getting sick from this and people getting sick from that, and the election coming up. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. People getting sick from this and people getting sick from that. And then it's Trump fault. Yeah. Mind you, we wasn't allowed to say nothing before. So when you type in Nolan Wells, all they say new GPS data for the boat that Nolan was on. New GPS data. Then Nolan mom was talking about his phone, his Snapchat. CNN Nolan Wells. 2 weeks later, many questions loom. GPS data tracks boat movement before Nolan Wells disappearance. Hold on. Mm, that is not. Listen, AI be drawing. I'm sorry if I ain't somebody left out of here. How dare they? Hmm. So I'm looking up if they have anything in the news about RFID. World ID Tech Android RFID handheld reader market analysis. That was 2 hours ago from Index Box. 4 days ago. Lighting up our U.S. networks end to end with RFID. UPS. UPS rolls out RFID U.S. network to cut package misloads. Avery Dimension RFID tags approved for PET bottle recycling. Women RFID blocking letter credit card holders, zippers, and wallets. All this RFID technology is in the news. I'm telling you, RFID. The layer in RFID deployments, operational support that drives ROI. JD Sports Fashion Demographic, many retailers are looking at RFID technology. That was in May. Hotels secretly tracking towels with hidden RFID tags. Oh my God, never taking a towel again. I'm never taking a towel again. Easy trip RFID interruptions Wednesday night to Thursday morning. Radio frequency identification. A Shadow of a once feared technology. Retailers embrace new tracking tech on goods to crack down on theft. Robots track moving objects using RFID tags to home and on targets. And that's old news. So just think RFID for people. RFID system track movement of people without wearable tags. I'm just looking. These working packs got microchips implanted in their hands for their employers. I don't know. Walmart piloted an RFID receipt check. It didn't work out. What? They probably was. They listen. People probably was stealing, but then they ain't want to tell them that they put RFIDs in them damn. Anyhow, I'm about to get back to work for a little bit. I was just checking with you and sharing my thoughts on what I think is going to happen on this NOLAN WELLS thing. I am going to lead this up because we were thinking about it out of just raw energy, but I do think that something is going to happen where, like, they gonna start talking about RFID technology as far as this NOLAN WELLS thing because it's too much going on in America. Like, we at war, and it's so many people in the country that's unaccounted for. Plus, people going missing. Like, it's not that it's people going missing abundantly. Like, it's, oh, where are the kids going? Where are the kids going? Where's the tracking device? Oh, these people are pedals. These people are pedals. All of this is leading up to RFID technology. Just like mRNA. Let me Google that before y'all go. Cause I just be Googling stuff just to see. Because they be putting it out as science news. But you know people who the color of my dress, they don't read stuff. They need a video on YouTube. RFID technology. RFID and fact check. Fauci was not the first CEO other than false claims. Well, why did that come up? I just want to know. Fact check. Dr. Fauci was not the first CEO and other false claims about biotech company Moderna. Listen, why did this pop up? Tens of thousands of users are sharing a series of claims that link Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, George Soros, and Jeffrey Epstein to Moderna. To Moderna, one of the leading contenders in the race to develop a coronavirus vaccine. This is an old article. The allegations presented in social media posts are unfounded. The main false claim presented in these posts are that Dr. Fauci was the first CEO of Moderna, and Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci were college roommates, that George Soros was the founder of Moderna, and Jeffrey Epstein was the main investor of Moderna until his death. The video features these claims shared over 47,000 times on Facebook is visible here. A text version featuring these claims is visible here. Moderna did not respond to recruits' requests for comment. The fact that this fact check will be updated if they do, it's not. And it's not a fact check if they don't go no further than this. Hold on, don't put no bull caca up. I'm trying to read this. It says Moderna Inc. is a biotech company that has received nearly $1 billion from the U.S. to develop its coronavirus vaccine. Its candidate mRNA 1273 is already in late stage human trials testing its ability to safely prevent coronavirus infection. Now, this is the thing. Nobody ever talks about how much money these companies got just to develop $1 billion. $1 billion is 999 million. 999 plus 1 million from the US government just to develop. Not that it has to be right or anything like that. Just to develop. I don't even know how we got here, but it's interesting because that's not what I was typing in. And okay, Fauci was the first CEO of Moderna. The claim falsely alleges that Anthony Fauci was the first CEO of Moderna when he was a young graduate from Cornell. Dr. Fauci obtained a medical degree from Cornell University in 1966, where he graduated first in his class. He started working at the National Health Institute in 1968. 2 years later, you got a job straight at the National Health Institute? Right out of medical college. Somebody pushed that pen for him. He started working at the National Health Institute in 1968 as a clinical associate at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Moderna Inc. was founded over 4 decades later in 2010 in Cambridge, Massachusetts by Derek Rossi, Robert Langer, Keith Chin, and venture capitalist Novel whoever. Stephanie blah 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 was appointed the first chief executive of Moderna in 2011 and countries to hold the position. Dr. Anthony Fauci is not listed on Moderna's board of directors, scientific advisory board, nor its management team. Bill Gates was not a student at Cornell University. He enrolled at Howard University in 1973, 7 years after Fauci graduated from Cornell and dropped out to co-found Microsoft. There's also a 15-year age difference between Gates, born in 1955, and Dr. Fauci, born in 1940. Some alliterations of the claim also include a false allegation that Bill Gates designed the RFID radio frequency identification and patented the SIC under US. We about to look this up though. Copy. We about to look that up, friend. My one friend in here. Pumpkin, I'm coming. My cat ready for me to come in the house. Severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus child under Google patents. Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. The info's still there. It's because it says under Google, severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus, National Health Institute. It has a patent. It has a patent. Bye, y'all. And guess where it come from? China. It come from China. Mm, 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 mm. I gotta go. I ain't got time. My phone moving slow trying to look at it. The cat like, come on, bitch. I'm gonna do some investigation and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, y'all. Because this Nolan shit, how we get here?